Toastmasters and guests. I am happy in welcoming you all for the 563rd meeting of Medley Toastmasters Club. So I am Sharanya, I am the Sergeant at Arms. The mission of Toastmasters Club is to provide a mutually supportive and a positive learning environment in which every member gets an opportunity to improve their communication and leadership skills, which in turn fosters self-confidence and personal growth. And in every Toastmasters meeting, we follow 3 ground rules. One is please maintain silence throughout the meeting. If you are not talking, please put on mute. And the second rule is please avoid taboo topics such as sex, religion, and politics. And the third rule is while joining the meeting, please do join in a formal attire. With this, to preside over the meeting, we have the president of Medley Toastmasters Club, which is distinguished Toastmaster Sukhothay. A small introduction about her. She has been working in TCS as a business domain consultant, and she is associated with Medley since 2011. Over to you, Sukhothay.
Thank you, Madam Sergeant at Arms. Good afternoon, Medleyans and guests. Welcome to meeting number 563. Again, let's congratulate all of us for adapting to this online platform and kickstarting another a journey towards another milestone. We just completed our 10th online meeting milestone last week. So one milestone is past us, and now we are forging ahead to create or touch the next milestone. Talking of the current circumstances, well, I'm not going to talk about Corona. I'm going to speak about summer. Today, I ventured out of my house to buy some essentials. I'm put up in a place called Salem, and the temperature is about 40 to 42 degrees. By the time I reached home, I felt the sun had put a big straw onto my head and literally sucked out all of my energy, and I felt all my energy evaporated in a split second. But then, drawing an analogy to the current circumstances, Corona, I think all the skills that we have spent a lot of time honing ourselves, again seems to be evaporating within the current circumstances. So today we have a very enthusiastic Toastmaster who will talk to us about the theme called reskilling. I'm not going to speak more about reskilling because I'm sure the Toastmaster of the day has a lot of interesting insights on that theme. He comes across as a quiet, humble, and soft-spoken person. He's been with Toastmasters since July 2019, and he views every Toastmaster opportunity as something to learn and forge ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together to warmly welcome our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Prasad.
Thank you, Sukhothay. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and welcome guests. The theme for today's meeting is Reskill Yourself. Uday hails from Tirunelveli in Tamil Nadu. He came to Chennai 3 years back to work as a cab driver. Every day, he would pick up customers from Taj Hotel and drop them off to their home. He earned well compared to what he could have earned in his native place. He had a sense of pride in his job. And then the pandemic came. Uday hoped that it would get over soon, but he could not see the greener side. He started running out of money. His life took a U-turn and he had to go back to his village. He thought to himself how he would start to earn again. He looked at his barren land near his home and thought whether it would be of any help to him. He saw an opportunity in farming, but then he did not know who would finance his loan. What was the type of soil in his land? Which crop and what variety would yield him well? How much time it would take for him to harvest? What were his water resources? who would be his consumers, what type of fertilizer he could use. He had to learn the skills of farming. This is a time for us to think about how we can build additional or alternate skills. So, the first step while reskilling yourself is to accept the reality and adapt to the new situation. The second step is to look for the opportunity in the market. In the 1990s to the early 2000s, we saw the IT boom in India. People from even non-IT or non-science background would quickly do a course and land a job in the market. The market was short of resources and many people spotted an opportunity there. So before you look to reskill yourself, you need to spot the opportunity in the market. Of late, in the last 5 years, since firms have a huge database of information about their customers and their preferences, data analytics has become one of the hottest jobs in the market. To land a job in data analytics, people do relevant courses in statistics and programming. As in any Toastmasters meeting, there are 3 parts to it. The first part is the prepared speech segment. Here, each speaker delivers a speech based on a prepared script. The second part is the table topics. Here, anyone in the audience would be called to come and speak on any topic. The third part is the evaluation. To conduct the evaluation, we have Toastmaster Surya. Surya was the former VP Education for 2 consecutive terms in Medley. If you ask him what he liked about the VP job, he says he loves interacting with people. He is a HR professional working for a trading firm. Over to Surya.
Thank you, General Evaluation, for the introduction. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, I am playing a role of General Evaluator. As a General Evaluator, my responsibility is to evaluate the entire meeting right from the beginning till the end of the meeting. So which means I've already started my evaluation. To support me running this evaluation session throughout this meeting, I have 2 different teams. Team number 1 is tag team. Tag, T stands for timer, A for accounter, and G stands for grammarian role. And I have a set of 4 evaluators who will be taking care of the evaluation session. My assignment as a general evaluator is to ensure the quality of every Toastmasters session is improving from one session to another. And this role as a general evaluator in turns helps me in critical thinking, organizational thinking, and motivational skill. Now, let's get into the introduction of tag team. Today, the timer role is being played by a technology enthusiast, a political junkie, and who wants to be a philosopher, and also who loves to watch obscure movies and TV series. His favorite quote is, "We live more in our heads than we live in reality." Put your hands together to welcome timer Toastmaster Abhimanyu Gupta.
Thank you, Surya. Thank you for the introduction. So, hello, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Good evening. As a timer for today, I will time 3 kind of speeches. First is prepared speeches, second is evaluation, and table topic speeches. And for prepared speeches, I will also notify the speakers using my virtual background. So I will show you, and a bell sound. For the prepared speeches, I will show green cards at 5 minutes, and 1 second, I will show. And this bird sound. Yellow card at 6 minutes, and this bird sound. red card at 7 minutes, and this was sound. For the evaluation, I will show green card at 2 minutes and this sound. 2 minutes at 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will show yellow card and this sound. And at 3 minutes, I will show red card. The sound is same in all the like. The sound is similar in all the timings. Also for table topic, today's table topic, the timing is only 30 seconds. So at 30 seconds, I won't be showing any background color. I will be just using this bird sound. And at the end, I wanted speakers to like pin my location in the Zoom application. Thank you. Over to you, Surya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhimanyu. Next, our counter role is being played by a software professional who works for Creatrix Campus Solutions. He is a person who finds a best version of himself whenever he stands in front of people for a speech. Now I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Mohanasundaram, who's playing our counter role for today.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Fellow Toastmasters, respected DTMs, good afternoon. The purpose of the R counter is to note the words and sounds that are used as a crutch or fast filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, by anyone who speaks. Sorry, 1 minute.
Who is coughing?
1 minute, son. During the meeting, I will listen the words, overused words such as and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen the filler words such as I will also note that when the speaker repeat a word or phrases such as I, or, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times each speaker used these expressions. Thank you. Thank you, General Evaluator.
Surya, you are on mute.
Sorry about that. Next role is grammarian. Grammarian, she says, in quarantine days, there is always something left to discover. So that keeps your heart is open as the sky. Put your hands together to welcome grammarian Toastmaster Priyadarshini.
Okay, good afternoon, my fellow Toastmasters. As a grammarian, it's my duty to pay close attention to every speaker, listen to them very carefully and make note if there is any misuse of this language, and also note if there are good words, quotes, expression and thoughts. Today, the word of the day is adept. If you all can see, A-D-E-P-T, which means very proficient and very skilled. Adept. How do we put it this in a sentence? Although Sony finds it very tough with English language, she is an adept at maths equation. Other sentence is Mohan is adept. We can say he's an adept juggler who can easily juggle more than 8 bottles without dropping one. So word of the day is adept. I will get back with my report when General Evaluator calls it last. Thank you.
Thank you, grammarian. So I, as General Evaluator, will be representing myself in 2 more sessions, which is after prepared speech, I'll be appearing myself in evaluation session, and I will be also giving my General Evaluator report at the end of this meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Surya. Our first speaker for the day is distinguished Toastmaster Guru Prasad. DTM Guru Prasad works in Accenture as a consultant for the oil and gas industry. From my limited interaction with him, He is a very light-hearted and jovial person. He is always very professional in his attire and attitude when it comes to medley meetings. Also, for the online meetings, I have noticed that he always has the background poster of the theme of the day. DTM Guru Prasad will be speaking to us on the topic Dare to Dream. To evaluate Guru Prasad's speech, we have distinguished Toastmaster Sunil Jose. I request Sunil Jose to read the objectives of the speech.
Hi, good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
The purpose of the project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. Actually, he's giving you a second speech now today. The purpose of this speech is for the member to demonstrate that he has applied the feedback he received from his first speech. All the best, Guru Prasad. Thank you. Over to you. Yeah, okay.
Dare to Dream, DTM Guru Prasad, Dare to Dream. Over to you.
The world champion of public speaking for this year is Toastmaster Guru Prasad Padmanabhan, announced the international president of the year, DTM Sukhothay Periyasamy. I just running to the stage, excited to receive the award from her hands. Perspiring and sweaty hands, I just stretched my hands to receive that crystal master from her. And without my knowledge, it slipped from my hands, fell, that big crystal award fell on top of my toes. Oh my God! I woke up. It was completely dark. It was totally silent, except whining of that air conditioner and a lovely mild snoring from my beautiful wife sleeping next to me. It was a dream. Dear Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and friends, yes, it was a dream, but what a fantastic dream it was. Let us talk about dreams, but not about those dreams I just explained. Those dreams that come in the form of animations, videos, and creativities in your sleep. Not those dreams, like how Dr. Abdul Kalam said, the dreams that come, not those dreams that come in your sleep, but I'm going to talk about those dreams that will not let you sleep. Those dreams that you will go and pursue. Those dreams that you will chase, race, and face. Those dreams that are going to give a meaning to your life. Yes, we need those dreams because they give you predominantly three things, three benefits. One, they give you an aspiration, aim, and ambition for you. They keep you engaged and give a purpose to your life. Thirdly, they give you a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction in the end. When you achieve all this, you have an advantage. The final fourth bonus, they also make you popular and famous, even without your knowledge. Dreams, your dreams. Let me start by explaining my life as an example of daring to dream, chasing them, and achieving success. After finishing my college, I joined a prestigious Madras Refineries Limited, a government of undertaking now called as Chennai Petroleum Corporation. I was handpicked from a big lot because of my academic credentials. Proud and glad, but I had one problem. I had a small complex. I used to be very thin, frail, and lean, so I thought nobody is going to respect me. Nobody will listen to me. Nobody will obey my commands. I cannot get anything done from anybody. But life was going through. One thing happened in my department. They purchased the first ever computer for the department. And with my some academic knowledge based on my college days, I started working on it. I used a language most of you may even not know called BASIC. I was giving some commands, some programs. To my surprise, There was somebody who could listen to me, who could obey to my commands, who could respond to me. That was the computer. So whatever I asked you to do, whatever I asked you to answer, it was ready. Here you go. I have your answer. So happy. I started drilling down deeper and deeper into it. With like-minded friends, we started developing small applications here and there, though nobody cared much about whatever we do in those days. But I decided, yes, this is going to be my life. This is going to be my future. Those days, it was not even called as information technology, it was computer programming. So I started learning from here and there, some books, some friends, somebody, and started developing slowly my knowledge. I was, from a novice, I was becoming adept. As I grew up, technology also grew up along with me. It should be the other way. Excuse my enthusiasm. Don't worry about the technology jargons I'm going to talk for the next few seconds, but just get the context. I started my life with things like distributed computing, desktop computers, network computers, then internet, then cloud computing, artificial intelligence on one side. On the other side, I was working in things like MS-DOS, BASIC, DBase 3+, and moved into the C, C#, .NET, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and all those areas. With the knowledge I gained, I decided to move out. I joined a product company, an IT product company. I did whatever even a full-time professional IT guy could not do, end-to-end, from crimping wires, connecting cables, to packaging computers, building programs, delivering to customers, conducting workshops, having meetings with corporate executives. Where did it end? Now I am in a responsible and a respectable position in one of the best global MNCs of the world, talking with major oil corporations of the world and having meetings with the vice president of one of the biggest oil and gas corporation of this world. Like Hanuman chasing the sun, I was just going ahead. I was just having only one aim, to reach the sun. Of course, there were obstacles, there were challenges, personal, social, financial. Everything was a challenge. Still, I went through and went ahead and achieved my dreams. So glad of where I am today. I'm still reskilling myself, going to the next level, because there is no end to your dream. Friends, after all this much of self-boasting and bragging, just get one message out of this 7 minutes of speech. My life is an example of daring to dream and faring well. All the best to you, and over to the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Guru Prasad, for that wonderful speech. And your speech actually highlighted on the importance of reskilling, and how at every stage all of us need to reskill ourselves and become adept at reskilling. You also highlighted how we should become adept at reskilling, and you had reached great heights by reskilling yourself. Thank you for that wonderful speech. Our second speaker for the day is Karanjit. Karanjit works as a marketing professional for a publishing firm. I vividly recollect his previous speech on Star Wars, and as a people topic speaker, he shared some thought-provoking topics based on quotes from Star Trek. Karan will be speaking on the topic, is learning from home our future? To evaluate his speech, we have Toastmaster Sharanya. I request Sharanya to read the objectives of the speech.
Thank you, T.M. Modi. So Karanjit Singh is doing, is giving a speech on the pathway dynamic leadership on the project researching and presenting. So the purpose of his speech is for the member to learn or review the basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. All the best, Karanjit Singh. Over to you, T.M. Modi.
Karanjit, is learning from home our future? Is learning from home our future? Karanjit, over to you.
Thank you, Timod sir. Thank you, Sharanya. Welcome one and all. As you can probably see right behind me, I have a little thing that probably hints at what I'm going to talk about today. So as we probably all know, the world has changed the last few months. It's been going on for a while. Colleges are shut down, businesses are shut down, even our own Toastmasters location is shut down. So what are we doing? We're doing it online. So most likely, considering that I work in a company that deals with educational products and things of that nature. So I thought it would be a great way to segue into what our topic is about. And that topic is, let me share my screen here, for a second here. And our topic is learning from home our future? As you can probably tell, one of the things that a lot of people really have been running into, because a lot of students around the country, around the world rather, have been having to learn from home, especially students. And in that case, they've been running into trouble. But as technology evolves, so does the way we do it. So the world has changed over time, and the various sectors have evolved with it. Now, considering the current crisis, not that this will be the only crisis we will face, there will be more in the future. Environmental disasters, things that come out of nowhere, wars. So how will students be educated as they move forward? So educators are going to need a rethink going forward how it disperses content to students, how it dispenses learning to students. So some teachers have been using the online platform, which is what we're doing, but they're running into problems constantly, such as some of the instructors do not have any experience in teaching online classes. There's been a poor oversight of students at times because some students are not able to connect with the teachers. The apps do not have the same kind of interactivity in a classroom. For other courses, hands-on courses such as labs and training situations, are poorly served. My bigger point here is that there are problems, but we are solving those problems as we're moving more forward. For example, even our own Toastmasters group, we have slowly been able to find solutions right along the way. Our timer was having trouble, so we created the buzzer instead. Before there was just a green light. Similarly, I'll give you an example as well. My own 4-year-old nephew, I wish I had that picture with me. There's a picture of him taking an online class. Now, don't ask me why a 4-year-old would be interested in online learning. They can barely stand for 10 minutes, 10 seconds in one place. But he took an online class for 40 seconds. So that is the type of things that teachers are trying to do to educate students. Some of it works, some of it doesn't. It's a learning curve. But with that said, there have been more technologies. These are the current technologies that people are using. For example, let me just share my screen again. And sorry. So virtual classrooms. These are the ones that you have probably been doing. This is what we're doing actually. We're using massive open online courses to live sessions such as Easy Talks, virtual Blackboard, Zoom, which is what we're working on right now, and Google Classrooms. So a lot of people are using these kind of things to get business done as well as online learning. And this is the most commonly used one and most cost-effective one that most people are using. The next level is the simulations. As you can probably see here, some people who are in the health field may probably are using this platform, where these are computer simulation environments which allow users to test their skills safely online. Like imagine that you're on a gaming platform. It's the same thing. You actually are going in, you're answering Q&As, you're testing the subject. Oh, is he dead, doctor? Is he alive? God forbid you actually kill the patient in the simulation, but this is the way that people are doing it online now. And it was commonplace before the pandemic, but now people there's been more investment in these areas. So healthcare, industrial, and the automotive industries. And one of the other widely used technologies is augmented reality. If you're not sure what augmented reality is, it is like virtual, but it's a very low-end version of it. So basically, it layers interactive virtual enhancements atop an existing reality. For example, if you were to go out into a meadow, if you were to go into a place that has been designated, you put up your mobile phone, download the app. The app would tell you exactly where that situation, what happened in this area. For example, my company invested in a history app. So that basically it blends digital components on top of the real components. It's very interesting in that regard. So that being said, the other major one is virtual reality. And this is the one everyone in this room has probably heard of. It's an artificial computer life environment or situation. It immerses the user primarily by stimulating their vision and hearing. So it's as simple as people going into the area, thinking about what they are, changing their environment around them. They are moving around in one space, as you can probably see in my previous background. So with that said, can students actually afford this? The question at the moment, they can't. There are quite a lot of problems with that. We have to probably learn how we move forward towards this pandemic. There is no one particular solution on this. There's going to be more improvement in these products as we move along. It is more about creating and understanding and learning as we go. And it's also a way for people around the world to show how adept they are at trying to change to adapt to the learning situations. So will the future of learning be at home? It's very possible. As the environment changes, more people will probably be working from home as well as learn from home. But the future is unknown, so we'll find out soon enough in the next decade or so. With that said, thank you very much. Over to you, Timothy.
Thank you, Karan, for that wonderful speech on learning from home. And your speech had very much had a lot of relevance to the theme of the day, reskill yourself, where many people like in the teacher and student fraternity are trying to becoming adapted, reskilling themselves to become to start online learning and to become very much adept at online learning. And even you have the medical fraternity and many other people in other domains are trying to reskill themselves so that they can become adept at online monitoring and online operations. Thank you for your wonderful speech. The next, our third speaker for the day is Rohit Madappa. Rohit works as an ERP consultant for Cognizant. I liked his last speech on his experience as a football coach. Rohit will be speaking on the topic, Just Plank It. To evaluate Rohit's speech, we have Toastmaster Jagan. I request Jagan to read the objectives of the speech.
Rohit is attempting his second speech from level 2, this level 2 project 2, innovative planning, which is connect with your audience. The purpose statement of this speech is, the purpose of this speech is for the member to practice the skills needed to connect with an unfamiliar audience. All the best, Rohit.
Just plank it, Rohit Madappa. Rohit Madappa, just plank it. Over to you, Rohit.
Yes. Thank you, TMOD. Oh, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yeah, yes, Rohit, you're audible.
Okay, all right. As the quote goes, if fitness came in a bottle, everyone would have a fit body. Nothing feels as good as being fit feels. A very good afternoon to fellow Toastmasters and guests. In the present circumstances, since all of us are stuck indoors, feeling bored, lethargic, complacent, and frustrated has become a norm. Mental and physical well-being is of utmost importance. Since our outdoor moments are restricted, physical activity has come to a standstill. Today, I am here to provide you an escape route to beat your physical fatigue caused due to indoor monotony. This not just helps you develop an habit, but also enhances your lifestyle in the long run if continued religiously. There is no age or gender bar for people to inculcate this practice. Here I'm going to share a few examples who have benefited from this activity. As our first picture goes, this is 8-year-old Usha Soman from Mumbai who practices this every day and has made a habit out of it. In recent years, she scaled the base camp of Mount Everest and Mount Kilimanjaro, the highest mountain in Africa. And she also runs marathons too. 71-year-old American singer Cher attributes her physical fitness to practicing this for 5 minutes every day. Just for the record, 62-year-old American George Hood created a Guinness World Record for holding it for 8 hours, 15 minutes, and 15 seconds just last month, this year. The tip I'm to share with you all today takes just about 10 minutes of your time and effort every day. You are still wondering what I'm talking about. Do you all have at least 20 minutes to spare in a day? Hit the hand icon if yes. Okay. Trust me, it will make you feel great about yourself physically once you hit the rhythm and make it part of your daily routine. After all, who would like to feel good about themselves? This 10-minute workout called plank improves your core strength and stability with simple moves. Plank is a simple yet powerful exercise by balancing on your toes and elbows. This leads to tightening your tummy and back muscles. Planking every day burns more calories than any other traditional exercises. The muscles strengthen and ensures that you burn more energy even when sedentary or static. A plank exercise primarily increases core stability. Just to explain to you what core part of your body is. Core body is a section from your shoulders to your hips and all the way around the human body. The inner and outer abdominal muscles, entire back muscles, muscles at the side and back of the tips, and upper thighs form the core part of the human body. The core stabilizes your body, allowing you to move in any direction while having proper balance. It helps prevent falls and supports your body. One having a strong core body avoids sprains, muscle tear, and spans. Here, let me tell you the 5 simple steps to perform a plank. Get into the push-up position on the floor, number 1. Number 2, bend your elbows 90 degrees and rest your weight on your forearms. Keep your body rigid and in a straight line. Face the floor. 5th and simple, breathe. And more importantly, breathe. Inhale and exhale slowly. The recommended time to perform this activity is 30 seconds to 1 minute for each set. For beginners, you may start with 30 seconds, and you can every set you increase your timing by another 10 seconds until you hit the 1 minute. For better results, repeat 3 times with 30-second break between each set every day. Talking about the benefits of planks, you will be surprised to notice that what impact a daily 10-minute plank workout can have on your body. It improves upper body shape, it increases metabolism, it improves your body posture, improves body balance, your body becomes flexible, and not to forget, it has a few mental benefits as well. It affects the brain that calms the brain. It affects the nerves that calms the brain, improves the overall mood, reduces anxiety and depression. It's never too late in life to do the right thing. I urge you all to use the 21-90 rule. To describe what this 21-90 rule is, it takes 21 days to create a habit and 90 days to make it a lifestyle. One needs to be adept in adjusting their lifestyle and steer clear from any destructive habits. Well, you may also add this to your list of reskilling priorities. Henceforth, I strongly recommend to all the participants today to just get started and make this 10-minute planks your fitness mantra for an exceptional mental and physical health. Thank you. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Rohit, for that wonderful speech. You have highlighted to the audience the importance of physical activity. as we are all stuck in this lockdown, and we are all stuck in front of our laptops, so we all realize how important it is to be physically active, so that we are more efficient and more productive in our day-to-day work. And those who are busy reskilling themselves, it also helps them too. Thank you, Rohit, for the wonderful speech. Our fourth speaker for the day is Raghunath Mishra. Raghunath Mishra works for Flextronics. I'm truly inspired by the regularity with which I hear him in Medley meetings. I also remember his speech on the importance of practice and hard work. Raghunath will be speaking on the topic linking Medley to schools. To evaluate Raghunath's speech, we have Toastmaster Rangarajan. I request Rangarajan to read the objectives of the speech.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, Raghunath Mishra will deliver a speech from the path Innovative Planning, Level 3, Project 1. The project is titled Linking Medley to Schools. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice developing and presenting a proposal. Timer, please note, the time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. Best wishes, Team Raghunath. Over to you.
Linking Medley to schools. Raghunath linking Medley to schools. Over to you, Raghunath.
Thank you, TM Modi. Good afternoon, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. I was doing a Google search to find out the top 10 Toastmasters clubs near Adyar. And Medley Toastmasters Club came in the top of the list. Then I searched the best Toastmaster club in Chennai. There also Medley Toastmasters Club came the first. And in both these cases, the address was Medley Toastmasters Club, Gandhinagar Club, 4th Main Road, Adyar, which was common. I tried to do little more search of this, why this club is more popular. One thing I realized for sure, the founder of this club have put a lot of effort in maintaining the goodwill, in maintaining the quality by producing few best speakers who are spread across both nationally as well as internationally. But there are few other things that also helped in maintaining Medley Toastmasters at the top of the list. One is the address, the accessibility of the location, which is accessible to each and every interested members across the city. The facilities provided by the club members, and associating to a locality which is quite posh in the southern part of Chennai, that is Gandhinagar. Unfortunately, this address is not going to be associated with Medley anymore because of many reasons. And our new address is going to be IIT Research Park, Madras. This is also one of the prestigious institute to be associated with for any club. But there are two challenges I have noticed. One is accessibility to this institute. Those who use public transport, it is not easy for them to reach IIT Madras Research Park. And there is another thing that I personally felt is like, whenever I tried to reach IIT Madras Park, I felt as if I'm going to an office by crossing all those IT offices next to the IIT Research Park. So how it would be if we have an alternative of having Medley in the same locality and achieving the objective of attaining or grooming the leaders so that they can be the future leaders of the nation. Yes, it is possible by associating madly with the schools. There are a couple of schools in the same locality. There's Bal Vidya Mandir, St. Patrick, which are well equipped. They have all the facilities to conduct a meeting. They have all the facilities for being in the locality. They are having all the facilities to conduct the room. They are having okay, and also associating ourselves and also keeping madly in the same locality, which would have the same benefits of madly that currently we are having by associating with Gandhinagar club. But besides having all these facilities, what are the advantages that we can have by linking madly to the schools? One is being accessible to all the areas of the city. The members will join madly, so the quality of the members will remain there. Second thing, it will have the same pride of being associated to the post locality. Third thing, in terms of cost, it will be equally, if or maybe less than what currently we are incurring by associating us to either Gandhinagar Club or IIT Research Park. But this is not just the benefit. There are two more important benefits that I see by associating madly to the schools. The current challenge with the students in the school is the concentration, which they are missing, communication, which they are missing, patience, which is like in the students. And by associating this with madly, they can get all the benefits of the Toastmaster, which helps us in improving our communication skill, our leadership skill, our management skill, and also not only the students, but the teachers also can be associated to the Toastmasters Club. For sure, the biggest gap between the student and the teacher is the communication in the current scenario, and this will definitely help to the school, to the teachers and the students by being a part of this madly club. Last but not the least, by being a part of this madly club, we have inherited the richness of being a quality to maintain the quality of and the maintaining the quality of the speakers and producing a lot of leaders. And for sure, by associating with schools, we will definitely will produce more leaders, and which would help the leading the nation. Over to TM Modi.
Thank you, Raghunath, for your wonderful speech on linking madly to schools. Friends, as we heard in many of the speeches today, the importance of reskilling yourself. So when you in this concept of reskilling yourself, there are things where you might have a particular skill, and that particular skill may become non-existent in some time, and you might have to learn something new to survive or to earn your bread. Like example, you may be working in a manufacturing facility, and you are going to the production shop every day. But then the owner of the company has decided to bring a new robo to do all the manual activities. But still, he says he will retain your job. But he says you need to reskill yourself. So probably he says, no, you might be working from home and you might have to remotely operate a robo and monitor it so that it functions properly. So now you need to, from working directly in the shop, you might have to reskill yourself to learn how to operate a robo so that you can sustain your job. Another aspect is, even as we as we progress in the corporate ladder, we might have to reskill ourselves to go up the ladder. Like we might have to learn something, some new skills in IT, so that we might be able to make effective presentations to the senior management. And there is, apart from the concept of reskilling, there is another thing called upskilling yourself. So as you know, the corporate ladder is a pyramid structure. So the people who are climbing the top are always attuned and adept at reskilling themselves, and they are upskilling themselves by learning something new every day. This is what keeps them at the top job. So, and one example is the art of communication and the art of being a good leader. So we learn these skills here in Toastmasters also. So these skills, which are like soft skills, helps you to upskill yourself and go up the corporate ladder. So as we come to the end of the prepared speech session, the next session is the table topics. Today, we are going to have a very unique table topic session conducted by distinguished Toastmaster Thomas Abraham. Thomas Abraham is the current VP Education. He was a former corporate communications director and a PR manager for District 82. Personally, I like his dedication, resourcefulness, and the drive which he brings to coordinate every meeting, and also as a mentor. Over to Thomas to handle the table topic session.
Thank you, Chiyamodi. Good afternoon, dear friends. Are we ready to step into the talking room? I know you feel cornered by life, don't you?
Yes, truly.
Hello. Hello. So you're not alone. I hear a lot of voices.
I request other people to be on mute, please.
May I have the next slide, please? Do you feel frosted? Not because the AC is not working. And as the next slide would say, do you feel you're under interrogation in a dark room by your boss, your family, God knows whoever? Next. I'm so glad this Saturday you made a sensible decision to step out of your room. And next, step into Medley Talk Room. Welcome, friends. Come, let's talk about what it's been for the last 50 days. How do we start? There are 3 basic methods to be applied. When your name is called, unmute yourself. You have been empowered then. Secondly, start with the last word used by the previous speaker. A bit of an antakshari. Speak just for 30 seconds. A good learning in brevity. And as you hear the bell, mid-sentence also you can stop. Remember, today you have a lion, a cub lion as a timer. He will roar if you speak too far. Say what was the last word and give the opportunity to the next speaker. I hope we got it right. Start with the last word spoken by the last speaker. Speak for 30 seconds. Say what your last word is, and then enjoy what the person to follow you has to say. Here we go. Starting with Hingston. Hingston, what have you learned? What are the new lessons? Anything you would like to tell us about lockdown?
This lockdown period has given me a lot of lessons, especially in terms of Toastmasters. From someone who said no for online meetings, for someone who has attended more than 40 online meetings, especially in Toastmasters. Now, what I see in this, you will have challenges, you will have problems, but it is not about being inside that circle and worrying, oh, why this COVID-19?
COVID-19 is the word. Varshini, shoot, COVID-19.
As COVID-19 has taken us into a curfew of lockdown, I sit at home on my laptop waiting for the news from my college when they will start their online classes, and a bit bored at one end and the weekends filled with medley meetings and other work. But still, it gives me a great time to spend with my family. At the same time, also fight a lot with my brother. COVID-19 lockdown has proved a very good master chef within me as I
Master Chef. Narasimhan, Master Chef.
Yeah, thank you and good evening, everyone. So, Master Chef, we are all turning into Master Chefs. Earlier, I said that couples were thought to be made for each other. They are actually made for each other, MAID. So, couple of things. One of the important skills that I learned during this lockdown is cooking, because both me and my wife, we are working professionals, and we man the kitchen alternatively. So, it has helped me in say doling out new dishes every day, different dishes. At times it comes out well.
Well. Ashwin, well. Beg your pardon. Dr. Alagappan. Who else other than Dr. Alagappan to talk about well and wellness? It's not wellness, well for you, Dr. Alagappan. Dr. Alagappan. Shall we move on to Ashwin? We will get back to Alagappan. Ashwin, well.
Well, I'm very happy being in the lockdown, and a lot of factors that I have learned is like that I realized during this lockdown is generally when you go out late in the evenings, the dogs barks. But nowadays in the mornings, when you go out for a walk or when you go out for a ride, the dogs are chasing you and barking. So that is one major change what I've experienced during this lockdown. One more thing is my wife always used to say, like the moment you go inside the room and start your work and you don't come out.
Come out. Amita, come out. Don't come out, stay at home. But here only for the purpose of speaking, you can start with come out. Amita. Hello, Amita. Hello. Shall we move on? Venkateshan, you can take this. Come out.
Me in pandemic period, this COVID-19, I used to go for jogging early morning at 5 o'clock till 7 kilometers from Balacheri station to Adampakkam. But those days, lot of crowds will be there. There is interaction will be there. But I am managing it. Now we are not going because of pandemic situation. I used to make a call to my walkathon members and I used to interact with them every week, every Sunday. And I used to interact with them.
Interact. Lakshmi Ramesh, your chance to take on. Start with interact. Lakshmi Ramesh. Hello, Lakshmi. Hello. Shall we move on? Guess Pavitra Sridhar, it's your turn. Hello.
What was the word?
Yes.
Interact was the word?
Interact, yeah, of course.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. Interact is a word that I heard in one of the webinars that I had recently attended during the COVID-19 period. Communicate, interact, and over-communicate with your employees. Recently, one of the interesting books that I read was called Job Be Damned. It is a rip-roaringly funny book about the corporate world and how you could be the best average employee at your corporate journey. I would say I had a hearty laugh at this book.
Hearty laugh. Who would like to have a hearty laugh? Other than Raghunath Nair, would like to have a hearty laugh? Your chance now.
Hearty laugh was a wonderful thing which I did in the morning today when I went for the 6:30, went to the one of the nearby supermarket, and I found the supermarket empty. Shopping during this COVID season, the early morning, like 6:30 in the morning, was something great experience that I had. Apart from that, couple of things is like learning the sign languages. And one of the interesting book that I happened to read during this COVID season is the Ikigai.
Ikigai. Okay, who is it? Renu, Ikigai. Ikigai is, would you like to explain? Since you read from the book, you're familiar with it.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you are not. Ikigai is a Japanese principle. Raghu, why don't you please explain it? You are all of Reno. You are ideal position to explain it. Go ahead.
Ikigai is something where it's a way of life in one part of the town in Japan where called Okinawa, where the people live more than 98 years. They don't retire. They go and do what they like, and slowly, it's been promoted. So it's more of loving what you do, living in the present, which is making a difference.
If I could add just one sentence, when something is your passion, when something you are the master of, and when the whole world wants it and are willing to pay, that is your Ikigai.
Yes, true. Thank you, Thomas.
Okay. So I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So Ikigai, my Ikigai would be storytelling. And I think today, more than anyone else, more than anything else, people want to listen to stories. That is very true in Toastmasters as well. Everybody wants to listen to personal stories, which I think two of the speakers today used. And for me, what I've learned during COVID-19 is that I can actually take videos of myself, I can edit them and put them on YouTube. That's a great achievement for me. And I think from now on, Ikigai is going to be my watchword. I'm going to definitely continue learning new things. And
Maybe, how do you like it? Dr. Sampath Sarirajan, the scientist in you, will enjoy this word, maybe. Doctor? Hello? Dr. Sampath Sarirajan? Hello, doctor? Can you hear me? Sorry, we will move on to Saravanan. Maybe, Saravanan, maybe.
Yeah, maybe if doctor is not there, Saravanan will take over. But I would say, if the world is a Toastmaster meeting, maybe if the world is a Toastmaster meeting, then COVID-19 is the word of the day, as well as the theme of the day. So the way I specifically spend time during this COVID period is, I'm trying to be adept at home automation by using my Google Home to connect to the electronics so that I can switch on the phone, switch on the AC, switch on the tube light, everything remotely. That is something I'm trying to.
Remote
is the word.
Remote. Remote is the word. And that goes to Saranya. Saranya, please take on remote.
Remote. Remotely,
Yeah, you can take it as a noun or as a verb. Go ahead.
Remote. currently we are all able to connect via Zoom in a remote way. Even though we are all located in different locations, and we are able to attend Toastmasters meeting every week, and we are all able to join together. Um, this gives a real feeling like there are like multiple technologies which like Zoom, which gives us the real feeling here, even though like we are all in the remote place, it's like we are all together.
Sorry, help me. What are the word when the bell rang?
We are all together.
Together. Okay, together. Sudha, a good word for you. Together. You are there together with your family, right? Together for you.
Yeah, COVID-19 provide us to stay together and spend our time together. Actually, our family really maintain the social distance. Each one of us is busy with their attending online classes, webinar sessions, work from home separately. So as the bandwidth of the internet is not sufficient for us, that is insufficient for us.
Continue, you have 30 seconds. So do we give any word you can, next person can start with? All right, the next person, I will give a word. Who is the next person? It's Zakir, right? Zakir, your word is isolation.
Today, the entire world is in isolation. Yes, COVID-19 has brought us into isolation, but what has happened? We have not isolated, we have been communicating towards all through the internet medium. But isolation has made us to think a lot and realize a lot of potential within us. This isolation is really well observed by humans. I can say thanks to COVID, which made us to enrich our knowledge, enrich and link with more people.
Enrich is the word. Yes, Prabhu, you could start with enrich.
The COVID-19 has given us some hard time as well as good time. Good time in the sense that we can enrich our skills and then the latent talents. We may have so many latent talents, but we may fail to identify those talents because of our hectic schedule or also fast way of life. This COVID-19 has given us an opportunity to introspect about what we want to do in our life, how we have to move forward in our life. Also,
Life. Next, life, you can take on this, Mr. Venkatesan. Starting with life. Mr. Muthay and Venkatesan, are you around?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Life.
He's on mute, I think. Venkat, please unmute yourself. Yeah, you're on mute. Please unmute yourself. I think you're still on mute. We're not able to hear you.
For Mr. Muthay and Meditation, he's a guest, not our Toastmaster Meditation.
Correct.
Okay.
All right, please, having started, please continue. Life. Mr. Venkatesan, please continue. Hello.
Hello.
Mr. Venkatesan?
Yes, yes, yes. Could you please come back to that
life
topic?
Life.
Life.
Yes.
Yes, life is very good journey where we have all the combination of happy and sadness, ups and downs, and everything will be there. So we have to go through our path, like traveling our path. We have to travel. We have to face each and everything from one place to another place. How we are traveling and we are getting some difficulties. The same thing is happening in life as well. So we have to face all those challenges, and we have to
push back ourselves into a height where
Pushback. Pushback is the word that goes to our TMOD Prasad.
Okay. Pushback, yeah. So this is I mean, in the corporate world, the word pushback is used often in case you're being overloaded or you're being burdened with work. You need to be able to say no. You need to be able to push back and say, this is enough. This is my limit, and you cannot overburden me. So the art of learning to say no, or the art of learning to push back, is very important to survive in the corporate world.
Survive. Survive, that word will be taken by Surya.
Most relevant word that has been given to me today. So, survive, in my point of view, I'm trying to survive in my company in order to get myself away from getting laid off from the employment, and equally our organization, our MD, our CEO, and all the top level management is trying to get rid of this particular thing. And it's quite tough situation for us right now to do all these things.
Right now is the word, and that goes to Priyadarshini.
Right now, should we be happy that we are safe enough sitting at home, or is there something better we need to think when the post lockdown should be the big question? Because the real challenge, as everyone's talking, this is the safest period. Now, post lockdown is the one where we have to be very careful. That is when whatever the government has been telling us, whatever being taught till now, has to be actually put to practice.
Practice is the word, and that goes to Mohan Sundaram, who has been practicing so well to be a good timer.
Yeah. Yes, right. Toastmaster Thomas Abraham sir, practicing before you do anything, and you need a practice, and which makes you perfect in order to complete the task. Perfect.
You can talk about your lockdown experience. Practice is just a starting point.
Yes, yes, it's a.
Yes, the word is yes, and our lawyer gets a simple word called yes. DTM Sunil Jose starts with yes.
Yes, this was the word I was waiting for. Yes, makes a lot of difference. You've been indifferent during this corona time. I think we could not have done anything. So simple things which we thought, okay, we may not be able to do in our life. Talking with people which we wanted to do it in maybe for years. Reaching out to others which we thought we would not be able to. Reading something, start reading something which I personally...
Reading. Time up, sir. Sharanya, take on reading. Thank you.
One more time I have to start, or I've already spoken?
There is a guest, Sharanya.
Oh, okay.
She has left the meeting, so the next person can continue.
Oh, what? Sorry, Sunil, you ended with what? I'm sorry.
Reading.
Reading.
Yeah.
Jagan, reading.
I have not been reading much, so it cannot never be a topic that I can answer. I have the first table topics that I... Sorry, is that Sunil?
No, please continue. There was a disruption. Please continue.
Okay. So first table topic that I attended in Medley, the same question was asked. They asked which book that would you recommend. I said I have not read much. It's futile to ask me that particular question. There are around 6 books that I've read, 6 or 7 books, but right now I'm not reading much. Reading happens on laptop or some books that are there, academic books that I read. But other than that, if I have to give the next person the word of the day word to talk, I would mention
What was it?
So the word, can I mention the word?
No, you cannot. Go back, rewind and tell us what the word was. You're an honest person.
It was mentioned. It was mentioned.
Honest. We can have it honest. Honest.
Honest. Ranga, you get honest.
Honesty is the best policy. And we have been adept at practicing this in every occasion. Honesty brings about within us an element of truth, and that truth will be appreciated and will be noticed by others when we talk to them on a personal level or on a professional level. And this is definitely going to put you on the path to success. And by success, I mean, whatever we do, we should be happy within ourselves.
Happy. Ranga, thank you for your TT speech. Ranga, it's happy. It goes to a happy DTM Guru Prasad.
Yeah, happy is the theme of my life. We are born here to be happy. We have everything that makes us happy, and we need to even leave the world with peace and happy. There's nothing else surrounding us other than happiness in this world, but we make our own misinterpretations of the world and bring sadness into our lives. If we understand the whole aim.
Understand.
Okay.
Rohit, you can't plank it, you have to understand now. Understand, Rohit. Hello, Rohit. Hello.
So, sorry, yeah, I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm audible?
Understand. Hello.
Hello. Yes, understand is, yeah, I got it. Understand. So, in the current scenario, in the present situation, there has been a lot of understanding and self-introspection that has gone into my life, which I haven't done earlier. So it's been a real tough time as well as a good time as well to reflect on myself and reflect on a lot of things in general that I haven't thought about much. So this has been a good period for me to understand a lot of things.
Understand.
Okay, again it has gone back to.
Yeah. Raghunathji, understand.
Yeah, it's very difficult to understand the current situation, the way things are going, how it has been started, where it will go, where we will, how the life will be post this lockdown period. It become a tough time for me to understand what I need to do, how should I plan my life, and how to adjust to this situation or adapt to this situation.
Adapt. And today, using some special powers, I'm going to ask our president to take this. The word is adapt. Dr. DTM Sukhothay Perisamy. Adapt.
Adapting to the current situation helped me understand how blessed I'm in life, because I'm getting to spend nearly 60 days at my hometown with my parents after nearly a decade. And moreover, this current circumstances also helped me connect with a lot of friends with whom I've lost touch. It has also given me the opportunity to write to people, to engage in long conversations which go beyond.
Beyond, right? Again, assuming the special powers assigned to me under the unusual circumstances. Huh? Hello. Assuming the special powers assigned to me, I now ask Thomas Abraham to give his viewpoint. Count me from now 30 seconds. I learned that as Medley's VP E, lockdown is no challenge at all, so long as you have someone like DTM Sukhothay Perisamy as the president, widely traveled and well connected, wanting me to have joint meetings with international clubs from all the continents every day of the week. I also learned that Professor COVID has been a great teacher, because I learned that house arrest is not a bad idea. You buy less, you throw out even less. In fact, our neighborhood bin is empty. Are we through? Have we got everybody's experiences? Do we have enough to write a book? Thank you very much, all of you. Back to TMOD.
Thank you, Thomas, for that wonderful talk room session. It kept, all of us would have noticed that it kept all of us on our toes. We were waiting for the last word. So even as we relate this to the theme of the day, reskill yourself, as I mentioned, that you have to spot the opportunity before you reskill yourself. So as we went through this talk room session, we noticed that we had to keep our antennas up and ready to watch out for the last word. Similarly, when you want to spot the opportunity, you need to keep your antennas high so that you can look at the available options in the market and what suits you best, so that you can learn that skill and you can be up again. And another one interesting thing which I learned is that not only you need to reskill yourself to be able to have a job, but also at home to have a balance in your home life. People who don't know cooking have to learn cooking. Only then they can have a much better balance in their home life in the current situation of this lockdown. So reskilling can also be attributed to some of our personal skills at home also. So now I call upon the timer to list the prepared speakers and the table topic speakers who are qualified. I request the timer to announce the list of the prepared speakers, prepared speech speakers, and the table topic speakers who have been qualified.
If I may submit, we will be generous and accept every TT speaker, because everybody crossed the 30 seconds. We'll accept all of them as qualified. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks. Yes, so, Abhimanyu, could you announce the list of qualified prepared speech speakers?
Yeah, sure, Prashant. For the prepared speeches, Toastmaster Guru Prasad took 4 minutes and 34 seconds. Toastmaster Karanjit took 6 minutes and 35 seconds. Toastmaster Rohit took 6 minutes and 28 seconds. And Toastmaster Raghunath Mishra took 7 minutes and 27 seconds. Over to you.
So all of them are qualified, or is there?
Yeah, everyone is qualified.
All are qualified. Okay. Thank you, Abhimanyu. So I request the audience to make note so that when they are voting, they will know whom to vote. I now hand over the session to Surya to start the evaluation session. Over to Surya.
Thank you, Prashant, TMOD. So now we are down to the third session, which is speech evaluation session. For the benefit of guests, evaluation session is the session where we will be evaluating all the 4 prepared speakers who delivered their prepared speeches. And to run this, we have 4 evaluators separately. To introduce the first evaluator, he is a DTM who was a past area director and past president, and also mentor to some of our past presidents as well. He is a lawyer by profession and a specialist in trademark. He is running his own legal firm called Sons Legal. To evaluate DTM Guru Prasad's speech, speaker number 1, I welcome DTM Sunil Jose. Over to you, Sunil.
Yeah, thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, Toastmasters, and welcome guest. Today, DTM Guru Prasad was giving the speech Dare to Dream, project number 3, evaluation and feedback, second speech from the path innovative planning. So the purpose of the speech, as I explained earlier, to demonstrate that he has applied the feedback received from the first speech. Unfortunately, to me, and there's not any areas of improvement in his speech. So I am forced to evaluate his speech from how he performed in an online contest. Okay, so those who have seen his speech, DTM Guru Prasad's speech earlier, would obviously remember how good he is at his expressions through the speech. So he proved that the online platform will not even dampen his spirit to make his speech expressive. We are seeing a lot of expressions in his speech. So that is one good thing I found in his speech. The second positive thing is humor. Obviously, we know all of us know how humorous he is, and there was no exception this time also. Especially, I particularly want to note the sentence. IT grew up with me is something which, but he didn't have to explain it, but this is something which I like. And also there was, you also noticed the opening of the story which are given in the opening part, how we are actually living in that story. I was feeling like the trophy is actually fell down from my hand itself. So that was a wonderful expressive humor also. And then the other thing which I liked about speech is he proved how effective camera and
Surya, is it possible, can we have Sunil's evaluation at the last once again and ask him to fix the internet?
Yes.
Sorry, I lost connection. Okay, he would have given the speech in a standing position and would have been more effective. The second thing is the conclusion was a little bit upbeat, even though the opening was very detailed, and the body of the speech was also the background which is given. I felt like as a speaker, it would be better if the background is plain. I mean, for the prepared speakers, if the background is plain. Otherwise, I felt it's my personal opinion. There was some distractions which I was also looking to find out what was in his background. So, other than this, as always, I enjoyed DTM Prasad's speech. I'm looking forward to hear him in more speeches. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Sunil Jose. To evaluate speaker number 2, we have an evaluator who works in Fidelity Investments and who likes to learn a lot of new technologies, and she's spending her lockdown period in watching series. So to evaluate speaker number 2, Toastmaster Karan, I would like to welcome Toastmaster Sharanya. Over to you, Toastmaster Sharanya.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. So today I'll be evaluating Karanjit Singh's speech, and his pathway was dynamic leadership, and he has done his project researching and presenting. So about Karanjit's speech, so you started off so well, like you told about see like what is in my background, and it brought us curiosity to know like what is there, and you explained about it. It was related to your topic, and you also gave like what is happening in the current world, and what are the problems that we are facing, and what are the latest technologies that we are currently using to solve the problems. So all those things, the points that were like very clear, and your comfort level was very good. Like you have researched like what are the problems and what are the technologies currently used, and you had like shown a lot of interest in these topics. So these were the positives that I found. And the area of improvement that I felt is the vocal variety was the same from the beginning till the end. You should have asked like what are the problems that you should have interacted with everybody, asking some questions like do you know like what are the problems that we are currently facing, something like that. It would have got interaction with the audience as well. And the eye contact, like I felt like he was not facing the camera, he was seeing somewhere in the left. So that was it. And the presentation, in the presentation, it was like everywhere there was like paragraph. It would have been better if there is like points here and there, so that we would understand like what is the real content. Since it was paragraph, we was not able to go through the entire paragraph. And about the conclusion, you concluded in a way telling like we don't know like what will happen in the future. Maybe you would have bought something that is better in the conclusion part. So overall, it was a very good speech, and I thought like the interaction would have been more, and you should have added some more better in the conclusion. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharanya. To evaluate speaker number 3. Well, this evaluator is a software professional who loves to code, and during this lockdown period, he is reskilling himself in music theory and psychology and writing. To evaluate speaker number 3, Rohit Marappa, I welcome Toastmaster Jagannathan. Over to you, Toastmaster Jagannathan.
Friends, good things come to those who sweat. And Rohit, I must give you credit that you have brought this quote into your speech clearly and understandably. Your project specific objectives, I have non-project specific positives. Now I'll go to the non-project specific. You were comfortable with presentation compared to your last speech. Just coolly you delivered the speech, and the transition of the slides was also perfect this time and compared to the last time. If I have to go to the project specific positives, point number 1, you showed project knowledge and expertise. This is one of the objectives which is given inside the project. So you have showed in the correct amount, for example, mentioning the core part of the body, the steps that you have to do when you have to do plank. So you have mentioned your project expertise as well as knowledge subtly and on the correct amount. Now, second positive that I see is that monitoring the audience's reaction, and it was deliberate. You asked people to give you a hand clap when you were expecting response from them, and you completed the speech well within the time. And I must appreciate you, given that there was not much of filler words as well as pauses in your speech, which had made sure that audience were able to connect with you, were able to stay with you throughout the speech. It's like you have completed very soon enough. That's what the feeling I got as I was listening to you. The third positive is that tailoring the message appropriately to the audience. You showed 3 pictures at the start. All the 3, one was 80-year-old, the other was 50-year-old, 50 or 60-year-old, the other was a young person, which for me, it's like you are connecting the entire audience group, tailoring your message to suit the audience. Now, the fourth positive that I see is that why should we listen to you? Why should we give you the time? The simplicity of your message gave us the opportunity to listen to you. Now, areas of improvement. The specific objective of this project is to choose an unfamiliar topic. To choose an unfamiliar topic to make sure you learn how to deal with an unfamiliar audience. Now, to give you an example, when Arvind talked about prison, when Narasimhan talked about AI, they were unfamiliar topics to us. If you could included that in your speech. The second thing, area of improvement that I see, what were the benefits of doing plank? Now, you mentioned these benefits such as mental depression. You mentioned some technical terms, medical terms inside here and there. But if you could have mentioned relatable things, your stomach will go down. You will have good heart health. You will not be bald when you are 40. So these are the things which are relatable to us. So benefits, relatable benefits. So to sum it up, as I said, you have completed the project objectives and the areas of improvement. Was it an unfamiliar topic? You could challenge yourself having an unfamiliar topic talking about fiscal deficit or economics. Second thing, was it relatable? The benefits were those relatable. So if you could work on these and deliver in your next speech, it will be, you have done justice to this particular project. All the very best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jagannathan. To evaluate speaker number 4, we have a person who had a fulfilling career as a banker, accountant, and as an IT consultant, someone who likes to enjoy the pleasure of life in a train journey, watching IPL matches, spend time in solitude. To evaluate speaker number 4, Toastmaster Raghunath, I welcome Toastmaster Ranga. Over to you, Toastmaster Ranga.
Thank you, T.M. Surya. Toastmaster Raghunath is on the path of innovative planning. And this particular project was to present a proposal taking Medley to the schools, linking Medley to the schools. He started strong and he spoke about Medley. It was a measured speech and he was very confident when he spoke about Medley and what it does and what it has accomplished and what we will be able to go through in the future. He spoke about the schools in the vicinity. And when he spoke about the schools in the vicinity, he was saying that it will be easy for to identify taking English to the schools. But what was actually missing was the way in which we have to take English speaking or English communication to the schools. How are we going to achieve that? That should have been brought about in his proposal. The proposal was just to take the communication part of it to the schools. But how to achieve it could have been elaborated a little further for us to understand the project, what the project elucidated. He had to he came up a little short on that. He could have elaborated more on how we could have taken the expertise and to the schools and make them evaluate, make us evaluate which school is going to benefit out of this and how they are going to benefit out of this. That would have embellished this particular speech a little bit more, whereas he concentrated more on what was Medley's strengths. Overall, the speech was structured and confident, and T.M. Raghu could have spoken a little bit more about the proposal to link Medley to the schools. Over to you, G.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ranga. Hope the speakers have got a constructive feedback. Now I would like to call upon Timer to read out the qualified evaluators.
Hello.
Yes.
So for the first evaluator, that is DTM Sunil Josh. Actually his voice was not clear. Also there was some problem with the communication. So after 2 minutes and a few seconds later, we kind of lost the connection to him. So I'm not sure how much time it took. Then comes Toastmaster Sharanya. She took like 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Then Toastmaster Jagannathan. He took 3 minutes and 28 seconds. And in the last Toastmasters Ranga, he took 2 minutes and 14 seconds. Over to you, Surya.
Timer, could you please repeat who has got qualified in terms of time? Evaluators.
Okay. So all the evaluators, I cannot be sure of Sunil Josh, but other than Sunil Josh, all evaluators are qualified.
Okay. Thank you so much, Abhimanyu. And Timer's report, which was already read before, which was the speaker's timing, and the TT timing was also 30 seconds and everybody has got qualified. Let's move on to the R-counter report. Now I request R-counter Mohanasundram to give your report. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator. First of all, I would like to thank everyone for your attempt to complete yourself. And one thing, filler words are and repeated and completely filled my sheet. DTM Guru Prasad, one pillar words, one time, and repeated 3 words. Those dreams, so those words, each one 3 times more. Toastmaster Karanjit, filler words are 5 times, repeated words and 5 plus. So 6 times, but 2 times. Toastmaster Rohit, no filler words, repeated from 2 times, this 3 times and 5 times, talking about 2 times. Toastmaster Raghunath, filler words, 3 times and repeated words and 5 plus, this 3 times, but 3 times, so 2 times, the 3 times, also 2 times, which 3 times. Under the evaluations, Toastmaster Sunil Jose, filler words are 5 times and repeated and 3 plus. Moreover, I couldn't listen your voice very clearly. Toastmaster Saranya, repeated words and 5 times, so 2 times. Filler words are 2 times. Jagan, Toastmaster Jagan, repeated words and 2 times, other 2 times. And filler words are 3 times, 2 times. Toastmaster Ranga, no filler words, but repeated and 3 times. Under the table topic session, Toastmaster Ingim's level, no filler words, but repeated someone 2 times. Toastmaster Vashini, no filler words, no repetitions. Toastmaster Narasimhan, repeated so 2 times, filler words are 2 times. Toastmaster Ashwin, repeated always 2 times. Toastmaster Venkatesan, no filler words, repeated but 2 times, used to 2 times. Toastmaster Raghunath Nair, no filler words, no repetitions. Toastmaster Renu, no filler words, no repetition. Toastmaster Sambat Sauran sir, no filler words, no repetitions. Toastmaster Saravanan also. Toastmaster Saranya, repetition and 2 times. Filler words are 4 times. Toastmaster Sudha, repeated so 2 plus. Filler words are 2 times. Toastmaster Zakir Hussain, no repetition, no filler words. Guest Prabhu, repetition and 2 times. Filler words are 2 times. Guest Muthaya Venkatesan, filler words are 2 times. Repetitions 2 times. Guest Toastmaster Prasad, repeated and 2 times. Filler are 2 times. Toastmaster Surya, filler words are 2 times. Repetition and 2 times. Toastmaster Priya are 2 times, only filler words. Toastmaster Morgan are 3 plus times. DTM Sunil Jose, filler words are 3 times, no repetitions. Yes, Saranya, Toastmaster Jagan, Ranga, and Toastmaster Guru Prasad, no filler words and no repetitions. Rohit, Toastmaster Rohit, filler words are 2 times. Toastmaster Raghunath again, filler words are 3 plus and a repetition and 3 times. And the last one, Toastmaster Sukhothay, no repetition, no filler words. Thank you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohansundaram, for the detailed report. Now I would like to call upon Toastmaster Priyadarshini, grammarian, to present her report. Over to you, Toastmaster Priyadarshini.
Thank you. Here are the grammar report. DTM Guru Prasad used chase, raise, face. The triads was sounding very good. Aspiration, sense of accomplishment, like-minded, scaling, dare to dream, fly to win. These were the words from DTM Guru Prasad. Taranjeet had oversight, hands-on experience, augmented reality and virtual reality. Rohit used lethargic, complacent, standstill, indoor monotony, plank, and 21/90 rule. Raghunath used inherit. Toastmaster of the day, DTM Thomas sir, used feel cornered by the life, interrogation, brevity. Toastmaster Narasimhan made use of those words that sounds alike. we call it as homonyms, that were the words were made for each other and made for each other. M-A-D-E and M-A-I-D. Very smartly used. Toastmaster Venkatesh, walking those days. Lockdown has taken him to those days. I like that expression. Toastmaster Raghunath used ikigai, which means passion. DTM Sunil had the word dampen. Toastmaster Jagannath used quote, good things come to those who sweat. Word of the day adept was used by Toastmaster Karanjit and Rohit. And here comes grammar tip of the day. I would like to share English phrase which can be used for our day-to-day, for our daily use. I like these words, especially the first one, my way or the highway. We use this when we have a tough master or a tough task master usually do this by saying, you know, it has to be the way I want or I just leave it. So other than my way or the highway, we can also say it, take it or leave it, end of the story. The next phrase is cloud nine. When we feel very happy and blissful, we use this word cloud nine. Similar to cloud nine is top of the world and seventh heaven. The next phrase is tongue in cheek. We have seen this expression. So what exactly does it mean? Tongue in cheek is trying to say a very serious thing in a jokingly manner. So we can say this tongue in cheek, as well as the other word would be cheeky. So these are the words which can be naturally used and also sounds good. So that's all from my side. Over to you, TMOD, or General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Priya, for the detailed report and the grammar tip as well. Now, I request our members and guests to decide upon who's the best evaluator and best tag player, and keep it ready. The link will be posted at the end of this meeting. And now it's the time to provide my general evaluator report. So I have 3 points to discuss here. Number 1, the transition. We had a seamless transition between each and every presenter, even though we had 3 different persons who were using PowerPoint presentations. Number 2, role players. Give yourself a pat at your back. For the benefit of guests and fellow Toastmasters, in our today's meeting, our role players were available in the meeting room at 2:50 p.m. itself, well early before the starting of the meeting. And request you to give a thumbs up to the VP who made this possible. And next thing, a new introduction that was made, which was TT Antakshari. Today, everyone got an opportunity, including TT Master himself, to speak in table topics, which is quite rare to see in Medley Toastmasters Club especially. And I have few recommendations. Number 1, I happen to see a couple of speakers who got distracted by the timer's buzzer. So one suggestion to the speakers is to, you can coordinate with identify the timer and coordinate with them and find out what mode of indication that they are using. That would be probably useful for you to prepare yourself when you're delivering the speech during the virtual meeting. And at the beginning of TT session, we had an inconvenience in starting. A suggestion could be better to avoid, a response from others. Why? Because today what happened, I felt is when TT Master expected a response from others, suddenly all of them unmuted themselves, and there were a lot of distractions that happened. And the other thing is, I request Toastmasters Sunil Jose to provide an offline evaluation to the first speaker, DTM Guru Prasad. So that's it at my end. Over to you, General Evaluator. Sorry, over to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Surya. So just coming back to our theme on reskilling, I would like to say a few words. Given the current situation, we see a huge usage of internet now, and all the related industries like internet service providers, online entertainment, online learning are going to benefit from it. Because of the increasing demand for these services, it could lead to more jobs in these related industries. People can hone their skills in their area of choice. A McKinsey report says that nearly 14% of the global workforce may need to reskill themselves in the next 10 years. This percentage could be higher given the current changing scenarios. Some tips before I conclude. Some tips when you are forced to reskill yourself. The first one is have an open mind. Be flexible in terms of your choice so that you can seize the opportunity when it comes. And the second one is be persistent. Don't lose heart. If you have failed multiple times, who knows, you may be successful in your next attempt. With this, I call upon the audience to vote for the best speaker, the best table topic speaker, the best prepared speaker, and the best role player. The role players for today's meeting are myself, Prashant, who is the Toastmaster of the day, General Evaluator Surya, and the Table Topics Master, DTM Thomas Abraham. With this, I hand over the stage back to our President Sukhothay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prashant. You rightly pointed out to us how we should start retrospecting ourselves and start picking up new skills so that we could be adept to the current circumstances. Thank you very much for planting that seed of thought within us. Ladies and gentlemen, let us please give it up for our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Prashant. All right, we have Toastmaster Ashwant, who's joined us after a break. Toastmaster Ashwant, would you like to share a few words with us?
Sukhothay, thank you very much. And in fact, I joined last week also, and it was there. And extreme. And last week was the first time that I joined with the online meet, and extremely glad about all the proceedings. And the one important factor about Medley is whatever the outer circumstances is, we keep going, we keep moving forward with what best technology available. And one very satisfactory feeling is there are so many people are part of it. Like I was thinking online, very few people will connect, and so many people making time for it, which just shows the respect they give for Medley and themselves for the improvement what they need to do. Extremely happy. And certain things, like when the first time when I joined, like I was hearing a noise constantly. I wanted to call that person and tell her to put it in a mute. Only then I realized it was a timer who's alerting other people. That was quite one of the learnings what I got. And thanks a lot for keeping it going. Very happy to be part of it again. And I hope to connect every week for this. Thank you very much. Everybody who coordinated. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Ashwant. I think the rest of the members have been joining us ever since we've moved to online meetings. Would any of our other members or guests would like to share a few words? Yes, Jagan.
So today, the Toastmaster of the day, that's the template. That's how Toastmasters of the day should perform. Given that you give enough time at the start and you fill in the in between and you end it with a bang. So this is how a Toastmaster of the day should take care of the proceedings. And I must congratulate Prashant for taking it so smoothly, and transitions were amazing. So because last time he also did when we were doing in Rayapuram, I believe so. He was a Toastmaster of the day, and it was a different Toastmaster of the day. Today was different. So congratulations, Prasad. You have worked on this. Yeah.
Thank you, Jagan. Thank you very much.
I really liked the democratic table topic session conducted today. Everybody in the crowd was allowed. It was really enjoyable.
Thank you, Guru Prasad sir. Democratic is still too big a word for Medley. Right, we have DTM Kingston who's joined us from Sri Lanka. Kingston, would you like to share a few words, please?
It's actually, sorry for the background noise, someone is making something. So it's actually great to see that you all have tried the our version round robin. The talk room is, we call it round robin here, where we do it for 20 seconds. One small point, because if you are trying this for the next meeting, I would say the table topic master, I know about Thomas, he likes to help people, but I would say table topic master can wait for some time to see whether the speakers are picking that last word, because the main idea of this is to give 100% attention to the speakers. Now, what we do is sometimes we have the order as displayed by Sukhothay today. Sometimes we don't have the order, and the table topic and the one who is conducting will just call upon someone. So everyone need to listen to the last word, because you don't know whether Guru Prasad is the next speaker, or Jagan is the next speaker, or Venkatesan is the next speaker. So in that scenario, you will be able to improve the active listening skills. And also, moving forward, you can try another way of continuing a story. So the master will start a story, and then everyone will continue the story. So the funny and the interesting part is, you might, like, the story will end up nowhere closer to where it started. Like, someone would start saying, I was in the road wondering what to do, but then it will be ending up, in cemetery or somewhere else. So it's a nice technique. So I really appreciate Sukhothay, because Sukhothay used to attend to these sessions very actively. I'm really happy to see every one of you taking part, because this will help everyone to speak in a given Toastmasters meeting. And also, once again, I enjoyed the meeting today. Lovely speech by Guru Prasad and everyone. Like, I was like wondering, okay, so Sukhothay going to be the international president? Yes, another member from District 82. So it is really great to see. No, Sukhothay, you have that capable. It's not me who should say that, but you have that capacity. You have that the leader to become the international president. Maybe I wish that Guru Prasad's dream will come true one day, very soon. Over to you, Sukhothay.
Thank you, DTM Kingston. I really regret inviting you to today's meeting. Guru Prasad sir, I'll put you on the phone with my mother, and then you can decide whether you want the dream of yours to turn into a reality. With that said, let's move on to look at the results for today. Best performers for this meeting. Right, meeting number 563. Let's put our hands together to congratulate Toastmaster Sharanya and Toastmaster Karanjit Bedi on successful completion of their Pathways Level 1. I think the others could also unmute and cheer for our fellow Toastmasters on their successful accomplishment. Thank you. The best speaker for today is none other than our very own bubbly DTM Guru Prasad sir. The best evaluator second time in a row is Toastmaster Jagan. The best tag player is our Toastmaster Priyadashni Agrameri. And of course, no guesses to the best role player of the day, Toastmaster Prashant. Today, Toastmaster Priyadashni gave us a new phrase, my way or the highway. And since we have DTM Sunil Jose, who is patron of the IP rights and who always says, you better follow the IP rights, my way or the highway. Ever since we moved on to online meetings, I'm not sure if I have learned a thing or two, but I have become very adept in serving a variety of snacks. But since we have Toastmaster Sunil Jose who's present with us this evening, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not able to serve quite relishing snacks for this evening, but I think I will have to get you something from my kitchen. So this is plain dosa with a paneer side dish that I tried, serving to you along with a cup of hot chocolate. And DTM Sunil Jose might come and ask whether I really prepared it. So yes, there are two more pictures. Look at the dosa. It is not quite circular. So definitely the dosa was prepared by me, and that was a picture that I was taking while boiling the milk. So ladies and gentlemen, please use your supernatural powers to download the crispy dosa with paneer side dish and your hot chocolate. With that, I would like to formally adjourn meeting number 563. But before that, what is Medley Toastmasters if we don't have special events after the meeting? Tomorrow, sharp at 10 a.m., we have our division speech contest. Please do mark your calendars for tomorrow 10 a.m. and be there to cheer and support for our fellow Medleyans, Toastmaster Shamla and Toastmaster Priyadarshini, as they go and rock at the division level contest. And in the afternoon, we have a special joint meeting with Trichy Toastmasters at 2:55 p.m. So with that said, let me formally adjourn meeting number 563, and I invite you to online fellowship.